What's good? Brian Tong here, and all the chatter is saying the iPhone SE 4th generation will be coming out this week, so we'll talk all about it. Plus, T-Mobile's Starlink beta program looks pretty rad, and a sneak peek at the thinking behind Apple's rumored tabletop robot. Yeah, it's all here, but first, let's start off with the iPhone SE 4. Multiple reports claim that we are expecting to get an official announcement from Apple this week, which means this would be the first launch of new Apple hardware in 2025. The iPhone SE is their low-cost iPhone, and all reports claim the design will basically look like the iPhone 14. In fact, it will almost be identical to it. It's featuring a 6.1-inch OLED display, and it will get rid of the bezels from past iPhone SEs while staying around the same size. So you're getting more screen in a similar sized body. The display will be ceramic shield, which is stronger and holds up better to drops and scratches. And since this is expected to be an OLED display, it will be the end for any iPhone model with an LCD display moving forward. What's also new? This is a bigger jump for SE users. There is no more Touch ID button. It's going away, going bye-bye. And instead, you'll have the notch up top for Face ID instead. You know, it's notching you can get used to, and you will because you have to. No Touch ID also means it gives you more screen real estate overall. There were rumors that it could include a dynamic island, but reports now claim it will be reserved for the higher-end iPhone models. There's also no more Lightning, and the new SE will have a USB-C port for charging. It's also another step towards Apple completely phasing out Lightning from their entire product lineup. iPhone 14 had MagSafe, so we expect the 4th generation iPhone SE will do the same, opening it up for MagSafe accessories, and will also support wireless charging. This is a new phone, and all new iPhone hardware is expected to take advantage of Apple Intelligence. So the iPhone SE will reportedly use an A18 chip, the same one in an iPhone 16, and it will come with 8 gigs of memory, which is the minimum requirement to support Apple Intelligence. Now, storage space overall has bumped up to 128 gigs starting, so that's what we're expecting here. And then it will also have a single 48 megapixel wide camera. That's the same one in the iPhone 16, which is a huge leap compared to the previous 12 megapixel in the iPhone SE 3. And then you got those years of improvement over that time. So no telephoto or ultra wide lens, just a single lens rear camera. This is also expected to be the first iPhone to debut with Apple's new in-house design modem. We'll have to see how it compares to Qualcomm's modem, which Apple has relied on for years, but this is the first step in Apple eventually freeing themselves from that dependence, but their own model will also have to perform well. So we'll see how it all plays out, but when was the last time new hardware debuted on an SE? I don't think ever. Now, the iPhone 14 lineup and later will also support emergency SOS via satellite and crash detection, so there's a strong chance that those features will carry over to the new SE as well. Battery life is expected to be about the same because it will have the same capacity as the iPhone 14, which was able to get about 20 hours of video playback. Pricing is expected to be under $500, so the iPhone SE 3 currently is priced at $429. But the thinking is maybe that the new SE 4 could be more expensive with a lot more tech and features than it's ever had before. Now, this phone may not be for all of you, but it is a significant jump for SE users. And the biggest thing I'd really miss on this, if I had to use this as my phone, is ultimately the versatility of the triple lens camera system. But I could be more than capable and happy with an iPhone SE 4 if all of these reported features come together, because of just how mature and how good phones at this level are these days. You're just kind of missing the camera stuff. Also, will Apple drop iOS 18.4 on us? It might seem like a lot at the time, but if an iPhone SE comes out, this would be another opportunity for the latest software update. Now, if it does happen, we could finally see key features like personal context, in-app actions, and priority notifications come to iOS in beta form. Personal context would absolutely be the biggest one, connecting the information on your phone and connecting those dots for you instantly for things like flight information for your mom and dinner plans later at night, as if it's second nature in the way that we think and organize things in our heads without our phones. I mean, this is the holy grail of artificial intelligence on a phone, but will Apple get it right in their first try? We'll see. I don't know how much of you are using and regularly using these new generative features like Genmojis and Image Playground, but I'm not using them on a regular basis, and neither are my peers. I mean, what about you? I'm just keeping it 100 with you, so we'll see what happens with iOS this week as well. Maybe it shows up with a new beta or not. Now, I also mentioned SOS emergency via satellite potentially coming to the iPhone SE 4 earlier, but new satellite capabilities could be coming to your iPhone very soon, and even other phones. That's after T-Mobile promoted during the Super Bowl that they are having a public beta to access their new T-Mobile Starlink satellite network. Now, if you're on another carrier like AT&T or Verizon, you can still sign up to be a part of the beta. That will go on until July. There are limited spots available, and in most outdoor areas where there is no cell signal, a compatible device that's part of the T-Mobile Starlink beta program will be automatically connected to hundreds of Starlink satellites. It will start with iMessage and SMS text messages via satellite during this beta trial launch. But what's more intriguing is that video, pictures, and data capability will be coming later. Now, just to be clear, because people were getting confused and asking me and throwing all types of things out, this is a completely different service compared to Apple's own satellite services, which are currently free for iPhone users that purchased an iPhone 14 and later. So now you will have to sign up for this T-Mobile beta program, and the word SAT will display in your status bar when you're using a carrier-provided service like T-Mobile's Starlink service. Now, Starlink has larger satellite coverage than Globalstar. They've launched 451 satellites so far, and what's different is that it automatically connects for you like your current cell connection, so you don't need to point your phone in the sky and hold it up and wait to establish a connection like you do with iPhone satellite services. Now, another point to make, this is a partnership between T-Mobile and Starlink to provide service to their subscribers or people in this beta program. This is not a partnership with Apple and SpaceX and Elon Musk, because they've been jumping to conclusions online. T-Mobile is using the 1900 megahertz band 25 spectrum that's part of their network, and iPhones also support that. So you're also not installing anything like a Starlink app on your device, and it's not giving you data over to Elon when you're using it, although I saw people really trying to lean into this idea. Remember, this is also an opt-in beta program, so you have to opt in first to even use the service. Plus, if you want, you can disable any of your carrier satellite settings you want in the settings under cellular. Okay, iOS 18.3 and future versions are also, they're not just gonna hand over your data, the SpaceX or Starlink with these new satellite connections, so you can still update your phone normally. I just saw some wild stuff out there on social media and people in comments, so just relax, okay? Yeah. Now, I'm honestly excited about the service, bringing data connections and sending photos and videos via satellite later on. I'm not gonna expect it to be as fast as our current cellular networks, depending on where you are just yet, but having that level of connectivity anywhere, that is gonna be awesome. So you can check out the T-Mobile Starlink beta program for free for yourself at T-Mobile's website. Okay, one more thing to talk about that I want you all to check out. I normally wouldn't call it out like this, but I really do. We all know that Apple's making a push for the smart home this year, and we've heard of different products like a rumored 7-inch wall-mountable tablet with its own OS for the home, okay, or a HomePod with maybe a 7-inch display, or even a tablet on a robotic arm that rests on a table that was revealed by Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. So now we just got a potential peek at what this might be like after researchers at Apple posted a blog post on the Apple Machine Learning Research website. It's referenced as elegant, which stands for expressive and functional movement design for non-anthropomorphic robots. Okay, can I say that 10 times fast? I can't. But it shows off a prototype Pixar lamp-like robot with lifelike movements that bring a sense of personality and this organic interaction to it. One of the examples shows a comparison of how the robot interacts with the researcher in a social conversation about the weather versus a standard robot and the gestures it makes. Or maybe another example of how it moves differently with more expression when it wants to remind the user to drink water. They also have another example of the robot dancing to music and the other one just sitting there playing music, but you can see how it's almost come alive, very like, right, Pixar-ish. So you have to see the video for yourself. I'm gonna put a link in the description of the video. And if you're thinking, why would I even use this? Look, this is just a tiny bit, a fraction of what they're working on, and it may never come to the public, right? That's always how these things may or may not play out. But there's absolutely something here, right? Hearing about this robotic arm product at first from the rumor mill, I was like, I'm not even remotely interested in it. But then seeing this now has me intrigued about what it could be like. And I'm not saying I'm opening up my wallet. I'm just saying it got a lot more interesting. So if Apple is trying to sell us on this idea of using robots in the home in any way, shape, or form, it has to bring something different to the table than just a mechanical arm that moves from left to right. I think this is fascinating and it's fun, and it really got me curious about what they might do in the future. So guess what? I would love to hear what you think about this, about everything from the iPhone SE, the iOS 18.4 dropping, this video of the robotic arm. Hey, put your thoughts in the comments, because yes, I actually read them and I respond even to the mean ones or absolutely ignorant ones. And then for some reason, when I call them out, those people take down their comments. Because, you know, if you're gonna act a fool, I will expose you. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my latest videos when they drop. And if you want more of that Apple goodness, you can check out my weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcast with the latest stories and special guests. Plus, you can support all my content with an ad-free version of the podcast, early access to my content, and exclusive content at patreon.com/BrianTong. We will see what drops this week. Maybe iOS 18.4 beta on top of that too. It could happen. So thanks so much for watching. Take care and be safe, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace and love.